Hey, Taurus, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your September 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Taurus, I am getting a message here around getting focused, okay, or something coming into focus here because we have endings bringing in new beginnings, and we actually have the turning point there with the Chariot. So this is the go-ahead. You are getting the green light to move forward on a situation, on a project. This could be the green light. Yeah, after a wake-up call, I was going to say after some sort of surgery, delay, or setback. There's also partnerships here available or coming in that could be a pivotal part of your journey. Yeah, you have the heartbreak card. Excuse me, Three of Swords. It's showing up in reverse, which means that you're letting go of some sort of pain that may have delayed a new beginning, or it was the catalyst to a brand new beginning. And we have the, excuse me, the Six of Pentacles showing up, generosity. There's a generous gift or new beginning being offered to you after some sort of delay, disappointment, setback. I'm getting rejection here as well. Some of you are dealing with family struggles, stability within the family. You may have had a falling out with a family member. Yeah, and you may have even alienated yourself from this person or cut them out in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, that's shifting. Something is shifting in a profound way, and you could be bringing something back around. And for others of you, I feel like you have healed, you've ascended, you've let go. There's closure here. Okay, there's closure. Your first card out is letting go. And that Three of Swords did show up here in the reverse. So some sort of pain that you may have been holding on to for a while with that Hanged Man. Possibly even since childhood. It could have been buried within the family even. Taurus, this could be a family cycle that you were meant to break. You were meant to be the catalyst. Maybe even a karmic relationship. We see that showing up here for you as well. All right, last but not least, before we dive in, what do we have? Okay, we have the Nectar and we have Apocalypsis. All right. So starting off, your first key theme is letting go, Taurus, liberation, right? Freedom, goodbyes, growth, ascension. If you didn't have closure around a situation in the past, you do now, because you feel a sense of liberation that you didn't feel prior. And that's why you have the Chariot showing up saying, this is a turning point. This is a turning point on your soul's journey, and it's actually putting you on the path towards a new life. You've learned some valuable lessons in the past here. And this is basically the world energy showing up here for you. And the new life is the Fool. So there's transformation ahead, big changes. You're in the midst already of this transformation. And it's like you're stepping into a new dimension in a way. There's a fresh start. A lot of growth has taken place, taken shape here. And you're heading on this new journey. This could be a new job, a new relationship. This is a new path towards strengthening your own spiritual gifts. This could be a new connection with a friend, with a lover, with a family member. I mean, this is really quite significant for you. But I feel like you've gone through it. You've gone through the thick of things. Yeah, the thick of the woods, which you can see in the Chariot. She's coming out of the woods, which have been very dark. You see that the trees are representing a dark time, maybe a shadowy period of her life, but it was through the woods, right, where she truly found herself. And she may have gotten lost along the way, or she felt lost. But I feel like she's coming out. you are coming out, male or female, it doesn't matter, but you're coming out of this period that's been a little bit heavy and filled with disappointment, heartbreak, rejection, separation, and forgiveness may be necessary, forgiveness towards yourself even. Because sometimes we can be our own worst critic and we can be really hard on ourselves and we compare. We get stuck in a bit of a comparison trap. And I feel like you're letting go of that. You're letting go of the criticism, the need to compare, and maybe even comparing with who you thought you were or how far you thought you would be on your journey. I see that you're surrendering. You're saying, okay, I'm going to live in the moment. I'm going to fulfill my soul's path by staying present, trusting my intuition, connecting with the people who support me, your soul tribe. You have family showing up here. This does talk about ancestral healing, Taurus. So legacy, being able to create a new sense of legacy for those around you. And if you have children, for them. If this is your professional work, it's being able to touch the lives of others in a very profound way. There could be an inheritance coming in here. This can be about stability within your foundation. It's parents, perhaps forgiveness of a parent or the health of a parent. Maybe connecting again with this energy that has disappointed you, maybe a family member. I'm also getting fertility, new life showing up here. You may be pregnant, or you could hear news or communication of a new soul entering into your circle, your family. This is beautiful. Now, bottom of the deck, we do have the shadow, we have the inner child, and we have the strength. Boy, oh boy, did you go through a lot. When we get the shadow, this is subconscious. This is what you've gone through. Bottom of the deck here is inner healing, and a lot of it. Some of you may have even suffered from post-traumatic stress. You may have been, I'm getting war. You may have been in war. Maybe you served. Maybe it felt like there was a war zone in your home growing up. Perhaps you were in a very toxic situation or partnership that you're letting go of. This could be addictions, buried emotions, trauma. It can be the wounded ego, which we have child, inner child right behind it. And I feel like some of you, it's like your innocence was lost, or you had to grow up early or way too soon. You weren't able to fully embrace that inner child. And now there's a second chance coming around for you to live out a dream that you've always had for yourself, or to embrace that inner child, have fun, laugh, happiness, joy, magic, and embrace life with a new sense of enthusiasm that maybe you forgot about or you haven't felt for quite some time. I do get, for some of you, a child is born or a child will be born. I mean, this could also be relating to children, maybe adult children. I feel like there's a very special child here, may have special needs, special requirements. They may be very specially, like special gifts as well. Now we have the strength, stronger than you think. You may have even dealt with infertility or loss of a child in some way, shape, or form. I'm sending you big hugs. You have persevered. You have come out on the other side stronger, and you've overcome these obstacles. And I feel like you carry this space in your heart where, yes, there's been some sort of heartache and grief, but I feel like you're not letting that hold you back. You are actually embracing the new beginning for the potential loss that has happened here. Because this is also about getting back to a place of healthy body, healthy mind, healthy energy with the fitness here. So some of you are letting go of old habits, like letting go of maybe substances, sugars This could be some emotions. You're doing things that help with stress levels, that help with maybe weight. I'm getting weight here as well. Some of you postpartum, there could be some sort of postpartum weight or depression or blues, something here that you may have gone through that, yes, it was, again, difficult, but you're waking up to something. You're waking up to the truth of who you are, that you are not your emotions. And yes, there were heavy emotions around a situation, but those emotions are like waves, right? When they hit that shore, they're going to dissipate. And I feel like you have let something go here. It doesn't mean that, you're never going to think about it again, or it doesn't mean that, it's not important, but I feel like the pain of it is being dissolved in some way, shape, or form. Now, these 3 cards in combination are huge. They're quite powerful. You're healing a family dynamic, and I feel like you're a better version of yourself because you've done the work. And I feel for those of you that have children, whether they are young, whether they're grown, they look up to you. You've been a powerful influence. For those of you, if this is your nieces, your nephews, even family you haven't spoken to, I feel like they may see you in some way, but their soul recognizes how far you've come. Okay, that's important for you to know. Now, in the tarot, we have the Chariot. There's a turning point here. And the Chariot is about forward movement, drive, ambition, because when the Chariot is in reverse, which is where maybe you were at, it feels like you're driving without a wheel, right? It feels like you're out of control. You may feel like you're going into the ditch and you're riding up over the curbs and it's icy roads and there's rain and your windshield wipers can't keep up, right? It can be chaotic and hectic. But I feel like the coast is clear. The windshield is in front of you here, and it's big and it's bright and it's clear. And it is paving the way towards your path. And the only time you need to look in the rear view mirror is to see how far you've come. And that's what we see with this turning point. Because what this entails, she's getting ready to, head towards a new journey, which we see in your new life card, a new path. And what does that path look like? Well, here it is. You have the Knight of Cups. This is taking action, keeping your heart open, which is such a powerful, profound, determined, courageous thing to do after what you've gone through. So if you can do that, you can do anything, Taurus. Now, Knight of Cups and 2 of Cups is divine union. And I've been saying this over and over in a lot of the readings, especially last week's love readings for September. A lot of you are preparing for union, preparing for some sort of soul contract or very important partnership to enter into your world. Okay. And if you're single, this could be romantic love, but it can be platonic. It can be familia. It can be a best friend. It can be an animal, even a spirit animal, one that is, bringing that unconditional love of companionship that animals bring, right? I feel like you are preparing and you're keeping your heart open. And there is some sort of union here that you are embarking upon. This is beautiful energy. I'm just loving this, Taurus. You deserve this. And the stars are lighting the way. You can see this guy is on a kayak and he is out there underneath the stars, and the stars are lighting his way. The stars in tarot represent dreams and guidance and healing and hope and inspiration for the future. And I feel like you are collaborating and connecting, and there could be someone showing up for you on your path, or you're currently in the midst of a soulmate where you are evolving and ascending this relationship or this dynamic. And this could even be waking up to some sort of truth within yourself. And it's interesting because I see rainbow energy all around. I love this deck, but we actually see the rainbow on the back here. And that's where you're starting. We have the rainbow on the 2 of Cups. We also have the rainbow on the Hanged Man. And so it's all synchronistically and divinely inspired, right? You've gone through this hardship, this heartbreak, and it has transformed you into who you are today. And I feel like there's a lot of gratitude. There's a lot of blessings and beauty that you have yet to touch. And I feel like that's part of what's coming into this waking up to the whole of who you are, your purpose and mission here on earth, and to living in the present, being in the now. You've gone through a spiritual awakening and it's changed everything. Some of you, this was possibly a near-death experience. It could be, the crumbling of an old foundation that you have built upon for the majority of your life, right? That has felt very, very difficult, very challenging, but I feel like you're breaking free from this. And that's why you have the Hanged Man, because this is surrender. I surrender. Because sometimes the universe has plans that go farther and more, beyond more than our own self, our own expectations could ever realize. And I feel like you're waking up to the fact that you are a soul having a human experience. And yes, those experiences shape you, but it's what you do with them. And that's where that free will comes in. And I feel like you're making a new choice here, Taurus, and you're waking up to the possibility that you do in fact have a choice, and you are entering into this new paradigm, and it changes everything. It can be the way that you view things. It could be a perspective shift. It could be how you see someone. You may not see them the way that you once did, right? You may see through the facade. You may be able to help people in such a profound way. A lot of you are changing the structure, changing the system. I feel like you are a rebel, and you actually have the rebel card showing up here, and it says system buster. You are someone who's come in to break the old away, right? Break the old dynamic or the paradigm, and to be the way shower so other people can, follow in your footprints in a way. Now you also have the Six of Pentacles, generosity, financial assistance, or, opening up to allowing support, allowing the gifts that the universe has that want to bring you, right? Instead of rejecting, some of you may have money coming in for you, okay? This is about accepting and receiving. It is generosity. It's a gift here from the universe because you have made it through. You've made it through, and it's receiving. And I feel like there is equal give and take here. If you've been in situations that have been one-sided, that's about to take a turn. Okay, if you haven't been fairly compensated for your work, that's about to take a turn. Whatever in your life has felt imbalanced or unfair, or it felt like you were doing everything that you could to just survive in some way, shape, or form, that's about to really take a turn. And the scales are being balanced here. And the universe is being very generous because you've come out of it, and because your mindset is looking for opportunities, because your mind and your perspective is open to receiving abundance. It's showing up for you, and you're seeing it in all areas of your life, Taurus. You really are. Now let's look at career, finances, money, wealth. We have the Rebel. First card out, the Rebel. Limiting beliefs are limiting your abundance. That's what you may be breaking out of, okay? Any sort of limitations or beliefs that no longer serve you. You are a trailblazer meant to pave the way for future generations. Yeah, we said that earlier. So it is part of you. This could be even a family dynamic that is the catalyst to your financial well-being. Maybe you're the first one in your family to go to college. Maybe you're the first business owner, or you could be the one that is not following in the footsteps by being a teacher, an educator, or, something that maybe your family did. I feel like you are breaking the chain, and you are being unique. You are opening up to your own individuality in some way, shape, or form. Now we have the shift showing up here. taking your career in a totally different direction. This is great. Yeah. How have the courage to change course, continue to grow, change, and learn. You've reached the end of a route where you cannot continue traveling. Yeah, you can't continue traveling through the woods because you've come out. There's a new path or a new journey. That's what the shift is all about here for you. Something is changing in a big way. You may work currently in an office. You may be shifting the systems, the way that things are done in the office. Delegating more can help you increase your earnings. I'm also getting the show, The Office. Some of you may watch that. You may be a secretary, a staff assistant, an office manager, or any other job working in an office setting. You could be breaking the way that things were done and being more effective. Yeah, being more effective. Think of the greater good than oneself to achieve a better outcome. And we have actually the Einstein energy of working smarter, not harder. That's what's shifting here for you. Are you making it harder than it has to be? Or is there a situation that's more difficult where you can come in and you are the one that paves the path and says, here's this idea. This is going to benefit. This could increase finances, whether you work in an office or you work for yourself. I feel like there are some solutions here that are quite simple. Perhaps it's time to clean house personally and professionally, to start with a clean palette. There you are with that new life. There's the clean palette. Stick to basic needs when it comes to spending and put some money aside. Yeah, this can also be an increase in finances here because you're able to delegate tasks elsewhere, maybe to the family, right? Maybe you're able to say, family, can you help me out here? This will give me more time to focus on my creative projects. This can be being able to effectively utilize time management. Okay, that's a tongue twister. Effectively utilize time management. So for some of you, maybe you spent too much time on social media, or you spent a lot of time focusing on this area that wasn't generating income, where over here it will be. So there's a turning point in the way that you're viewing things, because I am getting that strength here and that shadow, and right behind it you also have flexibility. So it is taking a more flexible approach or adapting to change. This is very Aquarian-like. Some of you may have some strong Aquarian energy in your chart, or that Aquarian full moon that we had is very powerful for you, or was very powerful. That may have initiated some big change, some big expansion and growth. August 19th was that full moon in Aquarius. So what else we see is there's been some disappointments in career, perhaps between you and another. You may have butt heads is what I see, that left you feeling in hanged man mode. You weren't getting recompense for your worth. And I feel like things are shifting here for you. You may be letting go of an old job and embarking upon a new one, right? This could be finally having that conversation and saying, hey, this is what I need. I'm setting healthy boundaries here. I know what I bring to the table. This is an idea, or this could help. And I feel like communication is key in keeping your heart open to delivering words of kindness, compassion, but also, excuse me, also strength and determination is going to be significant here for you as well. Healthy boundaries is the name of the game. Let's take a look at love, partnerships, relationships regarding romance, regarding friends, regarding family. We have here karmic relationship. We have not today. We also have the ship. There's you moving on, and the outcome is engagement ring. Okay, this is big. So some of you had been in a karmic relationship, or there's a family member or a family dynamic that was karmic in nature. Now, karma gets such a bad rap, but it's basically cause and effect. Choices that we make have consequences, and that's karma, whether in this lifetime or the past life. This can be resentments and triggers that are showing up for you to heal. This is perception, intensity, and letting go. We have turmoil and fleeting. Someone may have left when the going got tough, or the going got tough and no matter how much you had tried to save something, I'm actually getting that Jelly Roll song, Somebody Save Me. So that could be significant. Take it as it resonates. So I feel like you're saving yourself, basically. And that may have meant that you needed to walk away from a situation, okay? Or there's a turning point in how you view this relationship with potentially a family member, or healing some family wounds between the both of you, because this could have very much been a trauma bond, or you are meant to be triggered in this relationship in order to heal, in order to go through that shadow period, because this person may have been a catalyst to your abundance, to a greater future. You have not today. Here's boundaries. You may have cut off communication with someone, or if you were dealing with a person who you had to let go of, I feel in order to heal, you may have put up a boundary. You may have avoided connecting with this person, talking to them. You didn't want to deal with any more drama, right? Not my monkeys, not my circus. You may still be upset about it, but that's what you're working on letting go of. And once you do, it doesn't mean that you're never ever going to think about that again, but it means that you're handling it, and there's the hand, quite literally, you're handling it in a different way than maybe you have in the past. And you have the ship. The ship is cutting ties. It's moving on. You've received what you've needed out of a situation, and what you needed was to see something within yourself being reflected. And maybe it had to do with self-worth. It had to do with boundaries, enabling, right? Anything that can put us into that shadow period. The devil energy, right? Addictions, obsessions, codependency, manipulations, and fears even. But you've progressed and you've arrived at this juncture on your soul's path, on your journey, where you're letting go of something that has been quite significant, and you have the new life here. And what does this new life entail? Higher commitments. Higher commitments, Taurus. This is eternity. It's partnerships and union, and it is completion. Now, some of you, this quite literally could be an engagement ring for you showing up. That's part of this new life. For others of you, it is, higher commitments to relationships that are important to you, to family, strengthening bonds within existing relationships, and maybe new partnerships coming in where you feel a sense of emotional completion and satisfaction. I'm getting big 10 of Cups vibes here. This is beautiful energy. All right, and last but not least, we have the Nectar, and we have the Apocalypsis. So I'm actually going to read the Nectar card for you, because this is the first one that I've seen, and I am getting pulled to that rose energy. So let's take a look and see what shows up. Actually, you know what? We're going to take a peek at the Apocalypsis. That's about removing the veil of deception. Okay, I'm just going to read you some key words. I won't read you the whole thing, but that one was the first showing up in the book. So this does have to do with the unknown becomes known, and it guides the way. This can be a very powerful energy. It says all kinds of things will be revealed during a time of apocalypsis. Maybe that's also why that big blue full super moon in Aquarius was significant, because things are revealed. Even though they're shadows, right? The moon can bring about truths. It can bring about the shadows to the surface. It says, from big global lies to little white ones that lace the bedroom sheets, brace yourself for the horse of truth to storm your every field. The reason why I feel like I'm not being called to read this is because I feel like this is that past energy. You already know what you've gone through. That's why I feel like the nectar is the sweetness that's coming out of a situation here. But let's take a look and see what the nectar is offering. This is about the medicine, the elixir, the garden. In Hindu mythology, there is a miraculous substance known as amrit or nectar that contains infinite healing power. This golden nectar or sacred elixir is the drink of immortality, and like its sister substance, soma, is known to activate subtle intelligent forces that ease the mind, body, and spirit. Though esoteric, these images lead us to the central energy of this archetype, the sweet, potent, heavenly essence that lubricates our spirit back to life. The Nectar card calls us to identify and relish in places, practices, people, and activities that regenerate and heal. Medicine is needed, and it comes in subtle forms that you may be overlooking. Seek the most sensuous, fragrant flower in the garden you have forgotten. Don't underestimate this remedy. It is said when someone has activated this substance within, it is reflected in their shimmering eyes. Ooh, that's a big one. And I have goosebumps here for you. I knew this was important. Now, I don't know every single one of these cards, although I love this deck and the energy that it brings about. But this is a glow, right? A major glow up. This is a healing elixir, bringing something to life. And what is that something? It's you. It's your soul's path. This is feeling relaxed. It's subtle illumination. Now, when it's in the dark, which is this apocalypsis, right? Something was in the dark and you may have felt fixated on fixing it, right? It may have been even an aggressive approach to healing. Like, I have to heal this. I have to do it. There's no other way. And I feel like that aggression may have been part of rage, that underneath the rage was some sort of sadness and sorrow that may have even stemmed from this. The inner child, the wounded inner child. And I feel like you have drank the elixir, right? Or this is something you have access to here. The Nectar, the Mystic, and Aletheia cards are linked. It is the mystic who, like Krishna, turns poison into nectar. That's basically turning iron into gold, turning pain into gain, right? This is about truth that can often serve as a potent elixir for healing. And we see in that truth here with the apocalypsis. Sense the nectar within you, Taurus, dripping from the crown of the head and soothing the brain. Let it drip down the spine like sweet honey. If you want to take this a bit further, you can visit The Wind, One Brilliant Day by Antonio Machado. Now, I'm not sure if that's a song, a poem, a book, but if this resonates with you, and if you want to take it a bit deeper, The Wind, One Brilliant Day by Antonio Machado. That is what I have for you, Taurus. This is a powerful read, and I love your archetypal cards that came through because it aligns beautifully with your energy and what September is bringing in for you. If this resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thank you so much for tuning in today, Taurus. Lots of love.